Hi everyone, this is another video on tonutils, a comprehensive, composable and versatile Dart/Flutter library for Ton blockchain. And today we're going to discuss how to use it specifically with Flutter. So let me jump into the new Flutter project in IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, here we are. It's the default project made with Dart. We have our entry point main.dart. We have our series of tests, pub spec, and I've selected the Android only for this showcase, but you can also select iOS, macOS, web, or whatever you want, because tonutils supports all of them, and it's versatile for any platform on which Dart or Flutter is present. So let's start by adding tonutils as a dependency. We can add it directly to the pub/spec YAML and run pub-get, but I prefer the terminal way. So first of all, check your Flutter version is not out of date, right? It's latest 3.10.1. Then run Flutter pub add tonutils. We'll also need some interaction with secure storage, so let's add that as well, foreseeing the possible future. Flutter secure storage, got it. So right, got all of our dependencies. Now let's first check how our app builds, right? So let's run it. Run main.dart on the device. Flutter secure storage requires the main SDK version of 18 on Android, so let's go into the Android folder and let's change the build Gradle for the Android here to be targeting the version 18 exactly. And also some quality of life change, like in Android manifest, we'd like to disallow backup. All apps targeting API level 23 plus automatically back up almost all the data to Google Drive, and so let's disable it in our manifest file as well. So Android allow backup false, right? Okay, after this done, we can proceed to our app. Let's run it first to see how things work. Okay, great. We've got our default app. Now what we'll need to do is to add actual secure storage. So first of all, let's do it in a bit hacky way. So directly in our main, let's add the secure storage dependency, right? And yeah, we can add const to that probably, and here as well. If we already have mnemonics stored in our secure storage, let's fetch mnemonics from it. Otherwise, let's generate a new mnemonics and save it in the secure storage. This way, we'll have some sort of persistent cache for our app, not to generate mnemonics each time, not to generate new collection of 24 words as a password for the wallet. So let's do just that. Okay, so this is quite a hacky bit of code, but still it will suit us in our example. So first we create our storage, then we declare but not initialize the mnemonics. After that we read the current key value of mnemonics from the storage, and if it's not null, then we can read it. Otherwise, we shall generate it and place it in the storage, like that. Okay, so now instead of a counter on the home page, let's initialize something like balance. Let's put some arbitrary value to it such that we know when it's updated and when it's not. and provide the function of updating it, a method of updating. So void update balance, and balance shall be here retrieved from the wallet state. So let's update our floating action button to actually call update balance function, show tooltip, and our text that shows that current balance of your wallet is, and the text from the counter, no, from the balance. Okay, we don't need the counter anymore. Let's remove it. And let's actually make the update balance function do what it says and not just append one to it. So first of all, we need the key pair from mnemonics. Then we need our wallet opened. Let's do it this way. We've created also our client, and now we need the open wallet. Okay, so after the wallet, we've created our client, and we've opened our wallet by providing the client as a contract provider. And then we can run operations on opened wallet, such as balance. Okay, so it will look kind of like this. After creating the client, we create a global variable here opened, which is late initialized. And notice that this is quite a dirty way, and in your own project you shouldn't be doing that, but here it's purely due to the tutorial purposes, and it's advised to be making use of better Flutter practices, such as model view controller, separation, and not using the global variables and so on so forth. But here, just for the sake of the example, let's do it and use it. So yeah, after getting that, we need to change the balance to big int, because the getBalance function returns a big int. Let's first run the ensure initialized method, just to make sure that before we do all our secure storage stuff, the widgets are already available to us. Okay, so now we are awaiting for the mnemonic generation. It can take some time. That's why we've created the cache for it with secure storage, because mnemonics take up to 1 minute or so to generate currently. It will be improved in future updates, but here we are where we are. So let's wait a bit. Okay, so our mnemonic has been generated and the UI is loaded. Once again, I suggest that this is a bad and horrible even solution for your real app. Your code should never abstract the main thread of drawing the app, and this mnemonic generate stuff should be done in the background asynchronously in your real app. But however, for this tutorial I've just made things as simple as possible without providing any new abstractions for you. You can generate your own in your own app, but yeah, make sure to make those, however. Otherwise, you'll end up in situations like these, where you have to wait for 1 minute or more for user interface to show up, and no user will wait for that. So, okay, so now our fake balance line shows that the balance is 42, right? The initial value. But once we press our floating action button, which actually updates balance, we'll see that it's 0. And one more important detail is the update balance function has to be async, but the set state function should be creating non-async function. So let's modify a bit by moving balance away out of it. It really doesn't change much. And after pressing our floating action button, our balance goes from arbitrary number 42 to the current balance in the wallet, which is 0 for every newly opened wallet. That seems to be right, and you can go on your own from here, improving this mess, of course. By I suggest to create a class for the secure storage. I suggest we create the class for initializing the wallet and the client, and then using those here. You probably won't need a sync keyword here even, because you'll make a wrapper on the client. But this already works, and I wanted to show you how to make it work in general. And you'll go to make it pretty and non-blocking from here. Okay. Alright, that's it for tonutils in Flutter. We've shown a basic example of how can you create mnemonic, how can you store it in the secure storage, and how can you create new wallet and update its balance in the UI on demand. It was a bit hacky. It was very hacky, to be precise, but it worked. And from such example, you can go and build your own abstractions however you like them to be built by using the block library to control the state, or getX, or controlling the state on your own by using model view controller principles, and so on and so forth, right? By using Flutter best practices. I wish you luck and fun on this adventure. See ya!